Okay, welcome back to Torenzo's Review Show. Today we're talking about Rastan for the arcade. Here's what you're going to be doing a lot in this game. That's right, dying. Rastan is quite the difficult game, but it's still one of my favorites. I enjoy a playthrough every once in a while. That credit sound is rather ominous. Alright, round one. Basically, the premise is you're a warrior named Rastan, and you've been hired to kill a dragon for the princess or something like that. Pretty standard fare, I'd say. But regardless, you are the hero of the story, and you have to go along to the right, killing everything in your path, picking up power-ups and gems and what have you, until you reach your final destination, the showdown with the red dragon. Okay, water kills you just like in real life. You can't touch water or you die instantly. Just a common factor with games at this point, I guess. You can't touch water. Or maybe they just didn't like programming swim physics, I don't know. The fire sword. Fire sword's the best power up in the game by far. If you see it, grab it. It not only increases offense like the axe, but it gives you a projectile too, so you increase range just like with the mace. Plus, I haven't seen any normal enemy that fireball couldn't kill in one hit anyway, including the skeletons that occur later on that take like 3 hits to kill. Gameplay-wise, I've been doing this game a while. I played it since I was a kid, but the controls will take some time to master. They're very tight feeling, cramped maybe is the word for it. Alright, I've skipped into the first castle here. As you can see, there's a few tougher enemies around here. Oh, and then this is epic. This part always gave me a headache as a kid. You have to swing over a pit of fire while being attacked by a random pack of bats. I'm sure that happens to everyone. I just wonder if, like, the boss at the end of every castle, if, like, when the boss gets home from buying groceries, does he have to go through all this to get back to his lair? Well, that's true for a lot of games. Like, you know, in Super Mario World, when Wendy comes back from a day out at the mall, does she have to go through all those Sparkies and floating platforms to get through back to her lair? You know, it's a serious question here. Okay, here's the boss. Most bosses the patterns are relatively easy to get down, but because of the way the game controls and the almost lack of free movement you have in these areas, they can be really much of a pain. Not to mention they usually have some kind of projectile that flies at you from the ceiling, as if the boss itself wasn't hard enough to kill. Okay, so I finally got him, and it tells me I'm a brave fighter. You'll get the same text after every screen, so don't feel too good about beating a level. It tells you you're a brave fighter, but they tell everybody that. One good thing is that the variety of levels is great. I mean, you have, like, this level's a cave, the second one's a forest, you got, like, the canyon levels, and there's, like a burned out forest level, a cave, there's just another cave, excuse me. There's also all kind of places to go in this. The backgrounds are pretty colorful, too. I mean, the gameplay, it's pretty good. I mean, it's enjoyable once in a while, though. Like, crazy difficulty toward the end really takes away a few points, I'd say. Not to mention it can get repetitive. There's not much replay value. And also, if you die on the last level, you can't continue. You have to start all over, which sucks because you probably spent a lot of time trying to get there. The last boss really isn't that hard, though, so if you make it with enough lives, and there's actually an axe close to the last battle, if you can pick it up and use it to do him in pretty quick, you won't have that problem. I've actually done that, beat the game using that axe toward the end, and I don't know how I did it. I only had 1 life left. I would have been back to square zero. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. Here's some tips. You should try this game at least once. It's pretty good if you like this kind of thing. You may be put off by the difficulty, but Here's another YouTube community parody and my final score. Everyone take care.
Yeah.